Okay, I have a Jason Kelce trivia for you. Now
Oh,
you watch their podcast, you have shrines, you these guys can do no wrong for you. You're in. Okay, you're in the
well, we'll
club.
see how much I know about Jason Kelce then.
Do you know his middle name?
Hang on.
It's interesting.
I feel like
There's
they've
no
had that
alcohol, by the way.
discussion before.
It's on a Buffalo Wild Wing commercial, by the way. Wild Wing. Wild Wing? Wild Wing.
It's Wild Wing. Oh my god. I
It's
know what you're
Daniel.
talking about. What?
His name is Jason Daniel Kelce. Isn't that crazy?
Come
That's why I
on.
brought it up. It's crazy. Jason Daniel Kelce. I'm like, if you watch that Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, that Buffalo thing is talking to him, that creepy Buffalo thing, and he calls him
Yeah.
Jason Daniel Kelce, like he's trying to get him straight. By the way, I dislike everything they do, but I love that commercial. He makes me laugh in that commercial. Like, I have to be honest, Jason Kelsey's great in that commercial because it's a
I
very funny bro thing. It's funny.
I love the Kelce brothers.
Right.
I
Okay. So I don't get the Kelsey love. Tell me
I
why you are in love with the brothers,
okay, well,
as a fan.
Travis, we know. We
Is
know
it
that.
okay? So it was because of Taylor Swift.
This is where it started.
Okay.
But it has grown because
Power of the brand.
I I guess so. Thor. Sorry.
Thor.
The dog. The dog.
Oh,
Sorry.
I thought you were worshiping the gods of
No.
thunder for a second.
Yeah.
Worshiping Taylor Swift right now. You got the gods of thunder.
Yeah.
Kind of freaky, but let's go. I'm in.
No, that was how I stumbled across the New Heights podcast, which I actually listen to now.
Right.
Not like consistently, but pretty
They do it
often.
every day. It's a lot. They do a lot.
They do. And like
I've
I
watched
I
it.
watched the snippets of it I watched some of it on YouTube. I do have them on my Apple podcast.
Okay.
I watched the snippets on TikTok and like just they're just two brothers chatting, hanging out and having a good
Okay.
time. And I think I am a sibling. So maybe that's part of the draw for me is I have siblings. I don't know. But like they're funny and I like their personalities and like
Okay.
why didn't Jason pack jeans for Jason? Like it's those funny it's from a clip. It's
Okay. It's right. Okay. So
New
like
it's just
the,
this
the
brotherly
comedy, you like
love
the
and
comedy, and
antics and yeah, they're
so
funny. They have
okay.
serious moments. They talk NFL too.
Sure,
I
of
don't always
course.
understand what
Of
they're
course we're
saying,
playing it.
but you know,
Um.
um, and it's a more human look into them because they're very normal on the podcast. They're not Jason Kelce from the Eagles and Travis Kelce from the Chiefs. They're just
Okay.
brothers, Jason and Travis, hanging out and talking.
Do you watch the? I guess his wife now has a podcast that
Yes,
was
she does. Yes,
okay.
she does.
Apparently, you watch it. So now she's got one, and that's now and look. I'm not judging. I have one. Clearly, everybody has one. That's the future.
Yeah.
It really is. That's why I'm doing this future. I used to do more of an interview in this because when I was a hairstylist. I used to do in the salon interviews in the
Mhm.
chair, which was a lot of fun, or go out on the field. But now we're just doing it this way. I got a tough question for you. Okay, these guys have anger problems, and I think they're bad behavior guys. I don't think they're good role models. How do you feel about that?
What?
Yes.
How?
I can give you all the examples if you want. I can break it down.
Okay, because I feel like I know where this is going. And all I'm going to say is
With
that
me, you never know.
Jason Kelce was justified in what he did.
Oh, the
and I don't
well, no.
think he should have had to issue an apology.
Okay, we can get into the broken phone thing, but it's like this is a general. It's not just him. Travis is worse. I think Travis is worse actually.
I
Jason's just more emotional.
on the field, yeah, Travis can get a little
Okay, well, did you
aggressive
think
and a little bit of a bully. I've heard him mic'd up a couple of times. He's not
Oh, okay,
always the nicest on the field, and I'll
that's a
give him
strong
that.
that's a strong word. I didn't even call them bullies. You did. Interesting. Okay.
I said he could be. He's gotten a little mean.
Oh, wait. Oh, it could be. All right. You work for MSNBC now. We backtrack. CNN. That's not a real
definitely can be.
prisoner.
I've heard him mic'd up. He does get a little aggressive.
Well, how a little aggressive. He almost ate Andy Reid's face like he was drinking bath salts or something.
Okay,
What about
yeah.
that? I mean, that was like
That
completely inappropriate, obviously,
that
to like
was.
eat his face. Like, How did you feel about that? When it went down in the moment, because you were wanting them to win that ring, because we were all watching it. When it went down in the moment, everybody reacted. How did you feel about it?
We all have those moments. I don't agree with
Go
that.
back to that moment. Can you like remember
I
that?
don't agree with what he did. No.
Were
I
you
was
like,
like,
oh my God, why did you
I
do
was
that?
like,
Were
you
you the
should probably get yourself under control and maybe rein that in a little bit.
because they were losing at that point.
Yes, they were.
They were losing.
So like, I wasn't okay with that, but like, everybody gets mad, everybody overreacts, and that was definitely overreaction on his part for sure.
His overreaction.
That's exactly what that was.
Look, his overreaction at his workplace would fire any of us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You couldn't get away with that at your
he's
job.
An NFL star.
Yeah, right.
I'll admit to that.
Yeah, they have. Okay. So what about? Did you know the story? What happened after that in the locker room?
No, I didn't hear about that.
There was a bunch of guys that after they won. Now, if they had lost, this stories would not have come out because it would have made him look dumb. But I guess he went into the locker room, started screaming, and everybody started breaking stuff, throwing chairs, breaking stuff. We're not trying hard enough. I want to win.
I never saw that story.
Yeah, it's like in fact, when I posted a TikTok about it, like I got all sorts of hate, obviously, because that's what Chiefs fans do. But let's go back to the Travis Kelce anger thing because we got sidetracked. Okay. So So what happened was he started breaking stuff. Then they won because Mahomes was an assassin. I'll give that. Look, everybody knew that he was going to throw a touchdown and he had to do it to win. Everybody knew it was coming and they couldn't stop it. So even though I thought that it was a bullshit, whatever, there was stuff the Chiefs got flags last year, but not like this. My hats were off to them. Okay. It's a different story. So this year, but anyway, so the guys were like, he's a leader. That's great. That's not leadership when you're breaking stuff in your workplace and basically intimidating people. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's definitely not leadership. That's a lack of anger management for sure.
100%.
I did not even know about that story.
Yeah, you can look it up.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything this season like that. Again, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know. You're telling me to hold on, so you must have a story?
And that is true because they have a crisis management team working with them and going, you got to chill this out. Now, who isn't chilled out is Jason. Jason is so emotional. He's the kind of guy that will get crazy on you and then start crying about it. I'm sorry. Now, let's talk about him breaking the phone.
That kid deserved it. You cannot change my mind. I will die on that hill. I don't even care.
I'm not going to try to change your mind.
Yeah, I'll die on that hill. That kid, because here's the thing. At first, the video that went viral was like a snippet of it, and you really just saw like the last comment he made, which was a guy calling his brother a derogatory term for
word
being with Taylor.
We disrespect that word, and let's be clear, that guy that said that is a piece of shit.
Yes. So
I'm not defending pieces of shit at all.
So like what we saw with him in the first video that came out was just him saying that and then Kelce's reaction. What later came out was the full video. This guy had followed him for
I did not know that.
Yeah, he'd been following him for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, antagonizing and just poking that bear. Let's just poke that bear. And then he made that comment about Travis and Taylor, who at this point, they're all like the two families have kind of meshed into one at this point.
Oh, really?
So like he managed to
Taylor. You mean Taylor Swift's husband? He shall be known as Taylor Swift's husband.
That was a little parasocial. She deserves it, but that's not the point. I'll tangent that later. But like, because that comment was not only disrespecting his brother, who he's obviously very close with, but it's disrespecting.
Sure. Look, my brother and I would do the same thing for each other. I'm not even like challenging that at all.
I mean, that was after like 7 minutes of antagonizing, and he's a better person than me because I'd have turned around and laid the guy out. Like I'd have just square in the face. I'm just saying. I'd have hit him.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I shouldn't let you. This is good. I
would have hit him. So in all honesty, he shouldn't have broke the phone, but he showed a lot more restraint than honestly probably most of us would have, because I know I looked at the comments on so many of those videos that came out of people just supporting what Jason had done and saying that if it'd been me, I'd have hit the guy, or
This
I'd have
is
beat
where I'm
him up,
going with
or
that.
I'd have done this, and I'd have gone this much further, and I'd have gone this much further. And like everybody was like, man, he's so much more in control than I would have been. And I'm just like, yeah, because if you were to disrespect my brother or my sister, I wouldn't even think twice about laying you out on the ground.
No,
so
okay.
he just smashed a phone.
Okay, this well said. Okay, this is why I was really intrigued by this, because there are certain things that sports guys do. Even the Andy Reid face eat off, people were mixed on it. This right away, people were like, "This guy's a piece of shit. He should have broke his face." Like people were like really wanting Jason to be more violent than he had been, and the way you reacted, like right away, like that was like everybody had an opinion. Okay. That blew me away. And then when I commented going, so we're just going to be, here's my point. We're super rich. We're a millionaire. We have no problems in life. People worship us. We get away with everything. You can handle 5 minutes and not break people's phones. To me, that's the ultimate elite move to say, I'm just going to take your phone and smash it. Yes, the guy deserved retaliation, but we have to be civilized. This is just where I'm coming from, right? My point was they're both wrong. But then once again, the Chiefs fans calling me the devil, telling me I'm stupid. And then here's what made it worse for me. Jason Kelce called him that name back more than once and was nasty about it, looked with intentionality. So are we okay with him doing that as well as breaking the phone? I'm wondering, where's the line?
I mean, he crossed the line the moment he broke the phone. And I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm just saying that I can understand why he crossed that line.
Yeah, I can too.
I mean, he tried to do the grown-up thing. He tried to be the bigger man. He tried to walk away, and this guy wouldn't leave him alone and wouldn't leave him alone. He was harassing him.
He did try to walk away. But have you been to a college football game?
No.
They're all
for good reason.
They're lunatics.
I know.
He was walking through that crowd. He knows he's a target. Now, yes, he was definitely sensitive. I was like really interested. I'm sure that guy could have said a number of things and Jason would have been like, whatever, I'm rich, fuck you. Right? But then that triggered him.
I think it's the older brother in him because he is the older of the two, and they made an insult and a comment about his younger brother.
And I don't want anyone to take me like I'm defending we're making it clear that guy got what he deserved. But here's what else that guy got paid.
Yeah.
Why did it go away? They paid him off.
Well, the NFL did, yeah. And then they made Jason issue an apology, which
okay, I'm glad you brought that up. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel like he should have had to.
Okay, you and everybody else, and even guys and a lot of sports guys were like, you know what's interesting to me is like that was the line that everybody in sports was like, oh, don't call him that. That was weird to me. That was the line where everybody wanted violence. It was just weird to me how that was like the trigger.
Well, let me rephrase. When honestly, the apology that he issued wasn't really an apology. It's kind of exactly what I expected. Yes, take responsibility for your actions and, admit you may have crossed a line, but I would have never said I'm sorry.
I mean, I thought it was a real like apology because he was afraid he's going to get sued like motherfucker. Like he thought it through. That was bad look.
I don't know. I can see both sides of it, I guess.
Why didn't he get canceled for that? Is my question. Like anybody else would have been canceled for that. Right?
I have a couple series.
Okay. Do you agree that that's a cancelable thing? It possible.
No. It is possible.
Yeah, it has the potential. Like it has the potential to be canceled, right?
It definitely does, and I think a big factor in that was the fact that one, he's an NFL star for the Eagles, former. Two,
like his fame. He's very famous. Okay.
He's Travis Kelce's older brother.
Okay.
This is gonna sound crazy.
No, I'm open because I don't get the Kelce love. This goes back to the original question. People love him so much they'll let him get away with anything.
Yeah, but you got to also think about now who. Hold on. Sorry.
Take a break. All right. So while she's taking a break to talk to her agent and her lawyer on where she should go with this conversation. We're going to worship Taylor Swift in the background. Yeah. So for you guys watching, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that that was not like, it just was, it blew me away at how fast everybody moved past that when other people would have been canceled for it. I swear, other people would have been canceled for it. For example, Kanye West. He's not a sports guy, but he did the same thing where he went up to a woman in her car, reached into her car, grabbed her phone, and broke it on the. I guess they were on the just on a road where they were stopped in traffic, and they said they were going to give him charges, and they investigated him. So it's interesting to me. I just don't know why he was able to get away with that and not be at least called on the carpet by all of these groups that would have been offended by that. There's a ton of activist groups out there that'll create chaos on your life if you're a public figure and you cross that line by using that slur. We all know what it was. You can look it up. I'm not going there. I'm not even gonna. You should know the story. If you don't, look it up. But he got away with it, and he, with intentionality, said it more than once in this guy's face as an insult to him. If you haven't watched the video, it's probably too tough to find, and I won't find it right now. But you can. I'll try to find the video and post it on the Jason J. Daniel companion page. But anyway, I guess not to make a big deal about it, but it was. I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody about it because it really like made me go, why? Why was like there are so many groups just sitting around with their phone ready to cancel people and start a riot.
Yeah.
And I was like, if there's anything that was like a clear like dog whistle to these groups, it was that. It's just one of those things that people were just open-minded to move past it.
I think he just had so many people on his side that canceling him just wouldn't have never would have. It wouldn't have succeeded. People would have tried, but the problem is that anybody who did try would have two entire fandoms come after them, and it just would not have worked out. And I think his fame and his popularity, and the people he is related to and associated around, I think all of that is what played a part in that, because he definitely had the potential to be canceled for it. People do get canceled for it. Not even as bad as that all the time.
And I want to make it clear, I'm not about canceling people at all. I mean, I do think. Well, let me reframe
maybe yourself, but you kind of
I should cancel me. Don't you? I cancel myself all the time with these stupid like TikTok bans me, fucking YouTube.
If this was on TikTok live, this live would have.
It would not even be. Yeah. Criticizing China. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, there are certain things that you can't be canceled. Yes, there are times. Yes. Yeah. I just think that it's nice that we're moving past automatically cancel. So I'm not even saying it's a bad thing that he survived the cancel. And I do think that he has a good PR team because they did everything right to get out of that jam.